Hey there, welcome back to True North Reviews. My name is Ryan, and today we are jumping into the second installment of List Season 2019. We might also be jumping off a cliff because it is time to discuss the 25 worst songs of the year. If you can make it, I can make it. If you can make it, I can make it. That's what I'm just going to keep saying over and over again in my head so we can get through this. And you know what? This video is special to me. I actually stayed sober while making the list this year, unlike last year. But it didn't really make it any easier. It probably made me dislike these songs even more. And yeah, I'm not usually a fan of disliking music unless something is horrific. I've always been on the side of camp that wants to appreciate something that's good, and I find that better than disliking something that, other people can still enjoy, even if it is for a twisted or unintelligible reason. Still want to appreciate the fact that music is subjective. Oh well. We're still here, life goes on, but I hope these songs stay in 2019 where they belong and they don't inflict any pain for a long time. Let's be real though, the top 5 songs here, they're gonna give me nightmares. I don't know when those are gonna stop. Anyways, before we jump into today's list, make sure you drop a like on the video if you like what you see, and make sure to stick around and catch the remainder of the countdowns that I will do this year. Let's go. These are the worst songs of 2019, one song per artist. At number 25, we have the commemorative first India performance of U2's Himsa. This song features A.R. Rahman, and as much as I'd love to praise the message about non-violence, it's actually ironic. This song may have committed the violent crime itself. We have hideous vocal processing and a bland-ass tune on this one. At number 24, we have the massively disgusting story of a screw-up on Puddle of Mudd's single, Uh-Oh. One of the most incessantly agonizing hooks I heard all year, and thank God I didn't actually review this album because I would have teared it to shreds because... Puddle of Mudd, they are so out of touch. Please do not take the lyrics of this song to heart. If you make a mistake, own up to it. Show some accountability. Don't just say, oh, I messed up again. That's just my wife. She's bitching. She does that all the time. At number 23, we have Maroon 5's Memories. And sure, this one is nostalgic. It's cute and cuddly. It's like this nice little cheers to your friends. But Maroon 5, I don't think I've heard an artist descend in quality so miserably over the past 10 to 15 years as much as they have. They are one of the prime culprits of selling out with mind-numbingly terrible pop, and Memories is an example of that. Moving on to number 22, it's a song by one of the Cyrus sisters, and don't worry, they're both on here. They're both going to get their fair share of discontentment. This track is by Noah, and it's called F You Noah. As obviously stated in the title of the song, it is self-deprecating. I don't know if it's meant to be humorous. It's really far from it. It actually makes me worried why you'd hate yourself this much and give up on love, give up on yourself. And yeah, the song's way too repetitive too. It just leaves a sour taste in my mouth. No thanks. Moving on from there, Judah and the Lion take home the 21st worst song of 2019, in my opinion. This one is entitled Over My Head. I wish this song would have flew over my head at the beginning of the year when I first heard it. But you know what? It kind of takes some talent to write a bad song that kind of sticks with you the entire year. And yeah, with Judah and the Lion, they just sound like Mumford & Sons on coke. Next up, Hervé Pagez and Diplo teamed up for a hideous pop track that sees Charli XCX at her worst. This one is called Spicy. I feel bad for Charli on this one because she did throw together a very good record in 2019, but thankfully she is only a feature on this one because that would have probably tainted her reputation in 2019. Bang by G-Eazy and Tyga is the next track here. It's a hilariously catastrophic mess of a trap song. It's no surprise that it was released on a B-side project. G-Eazy returns again on the 18th pick with Girlfriend by Payne, and yes, Payne is still around, somehow desperately clinging onto the sliver of relevance he has in 2019. Arguably sounding better with his singing since his come up, but still abusing the auto-tune while penning some of the most repulsive and downright ugly lyrics on a hip-hop track this year. And just as I thought T-Pain had horrible lyrics, Sway Lee's Ecstasy came through with absurdly comical commentary on the topic of refugees, or at least a simile for how he wants to save a girl like a refugee and then proceed to have sextasy with her. It's a bar that I can never live down, and it just makes me laugh for the rest of the song. At number 16, we have Camila Cabello's Living Proof. This track is awful, the singing is shrill and piercing, and I'd rather listen to nails on a chalkboard. Number 15 goes to an artist I love to hate, apparently. It's Russ. I thought I could avoid talking about him in 2019 after such a disaster of an album in 2018, but he wouldn't go away. His music reared its ugly head yet again, and Paranoid is the song that got on my nerves the most this year, because we know he always has a few contenders to make this list. But on the song Paranoid in particular, this is what really drives me crazy, is how Russ thinks that he can sing, and he just does it in the most offensive way over top of a basic guitar loop. The Jonas Brothers go home with one of the most calculated and forced nostalgic pop songs of the year. They land themselves on my list at number 14 with Roller Coaster. The song makes me wish that the reunion of Kevin, Joe, and Nick never happened, but I guess they have a few catchy singles to make up for this one. Number 13 is Ballin' Flossin' by Chance the Rapper featuring Shawn Mendes. This is a house and pop rap steaming hot pile of garbage. On this track, Chance has one of the most irritating flows that he's ever put to tape. He has terrible lyrics, and for some reason Shawn wants to do his best impression of Justin Timberlake. Oh, and I don't know, the title of the song is pretty nonsensical and just arbitrary and shows how crappy this song really is. Price on My Head by Nav featuring The Weeknd is number 12 on my worst songs of 2019. I didn't think it would be possible for Abel Tesfaye to sing as poorly as he does on this track, but my god, somehow Nav isn't the worst part about this song, but I guess that's because he is devoid of any emotion or energy that makes him noticeable anyways. Moving on from there, at number 11, I have placed Katy Perry's single Harley Yarlies in Hawaii Yai. This is dog poop. I can't stand the hook on this song. I am appalled that Charlie Puth had anything to do with this, and put this out of my memory, please. We are now moving on to the top 10 worst songs of the year, and this part of the list I'm also very proud of because these songs are borderline torture. You catch a whiff of any of these and you're suddenly questioning why you listen to music. If you listen to the entire top 10, you're a masochist, okay? You're a masochist. Number 10, we have Zac Brown Band's OMW, a revolting and disaster of a pop country crossover. This song is so outdated with its acronym, I am convinced that Zac Brown just stepped into the 21st century for the first time yesterday. Oh yeah, and also the hook is awful. At number 9, we have Stack It Up by Liam Payne featuring A Boogie with the Hoodie. This is the poster child for selling out and being immature. Liam has no lyrical substance on this, and it insults me because of its existence. At number 8, we have Clementine by Halsey, a questionable single for her upcoming record in 2020, and I don't know how this song was ever greenlit by the label, not only as a single, but just as a song, period. At number 7, it's easily my most controversial song on the list. It is Ariana Grande's 7 Rings. You know what? Some people might love the Sound of Music inspiration and the rap flow that she rips off from a bunch of rap artists, including Soulja Boy. But my god, this is lyrically the most selfish song I heard all year. You can't call it self-love if you just want something and then immediately get it afterwards. This is a mindset I have been rattled and frustrated with the entire year, really almost the entire decade at this point, and 7 Rings, it just makes my blood curdle. I don't know how I'm going to talk about this next song because it's arguably worse and even more self-obsessed than 7 Rings. I am of course referring to Shopping Spree by Murda Beats featuring Sheck Wes and Lil Pump. The song has the exact same lyrical topic as 7 Rings. It's the same problem but with an even nastier and sickening hook. At number 5, we have the lovely trio of AJR and their song Birthday Party. My god, this song is so naive. It is ridiculous. The lyrics, the production, it's an utter mess. AJR have a delusional 1 second old mentality of the world with this song. And you know what? If they took an extra second, they might have realized that this song, it should have never been made. Okay, moving on. Number 4, we have the horrendously sung How Many Lemons to Lick Your Lemon Drop. It is Lemon Drop by Logic, and I didn't think his music could get any worse than what he released last year, but 2019 was definitely an all-time low. He might as well change his name to Emotion so I can at least vent my frustration with his music, because Logic is not a good name, you know? It's not capturing the essence of his music logically. Moving on from there, Catitude is my number 3 pick. It is by Miley Cyrus featuring RuPaul from RuPaul's Drag Race. I think it's enough to say that this song sucks all around, but one lyric that can summarize the amount of cringing and disdain I have for it is, "This cat is in heat, let me ride that beat, my pussy on fire, pussy 5 alarm fire." This is a lyricist of the 2010s. Next up, at number 2, we have the nauseating song by Rivers Cuomo. This one's called Backflip, and I do realize that this one's kind of a cheap shot, given that it's written for a Netflix series that's intended for children. I have no mercy. I'm showing no mercy with this song. I'm going to expose it for how bad it really is. If this is what kids want to listen to, which I'm certain that it is not, but if that is the case, Rivers has found a way to ruin my childhood, even though it's in the rearview mirror at this point. For 2.5 minutes, this thing will feel like an eternity. Ugh. This thing. Okay, so I've talked at length about Lil Dicky's Earth before. I have that in another video if you want to check that out, but I'll spare the rant in this video. Just know that my thoughts and opinions on this song haven't changed at all. If anything, they have only strengthened to believe that this is for sure the worst song of the decade. Not only because of the putrid musical elements, but just the stench that this thing gives off with its message. Yes, we do have problems. We have shootings. We have pollution. But if your argument to persuade everyone to get on board to fix these issues is to say, hey, calm down, let's appreciate what we've built as humans, and then you rhyme off 2 things like the internet and because we can have sex, we have bigger issues at hand. If this is all we've accomplished as humans in life, I'm pretty sure this is a life I do not want to be living. But you know what? One stick of truth does remain for this song, and it may be my favorite funny lyric of the year, and that is JB saying that he's a baboon. And I'm like, yeah, you are, JB. I can't argue with you on that one. Okay, so we made it. We got through one of the most despicable things I could do as a human being, listening to horrible music and then just crapping all over it. So I hope you don't make the mistake of listening to these songs. I think you should avoid them like the plague, but in the off chance that you do want a good chuckle or you want to die inside, take your pick. These are some of the worst songs 2019 had to offer, in my opinion. So yeah, sound off down below in the comments. I'd love to see your picks for least favorite songs of the year. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new in town. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a rockin' day.